Good morning. I'm sure all of you know what Thursday this week is. It's October 31st, and that day is the day of Halloween. Halloween is a holiday that is always celebrated on October 31st. And what is Halloween? And why is Halloween? Those are great questions. And I will attempt to give you my answer. So Halloween is celebrated on October 31st every year. And Halloween is the modern name of an ancient Celtic holiday called Samhain. Now, some people celebrate this day as a spiritual beginning of a new year. But I don't know that many around here are doing that. Many around here celebrate this as a day to trick or treat. There will be waves of young children coming up to people's doorstep and knocking on the door. And many of them don't have a trick or treat in their mind. Their hands are being held out for some candy. And in many cases, I would have a fake pumpkin, a plastic pumpkin filled with candy sitting on my doorstep, so that I don't have to come running to the door every time a young child or several groups of young children come to the door begging for candy. It's out there for them to take. Sometimes I put a note on it. Please take only a few. Leave some for other people. But that doesn't happen. I can tell you many times that I put that pumpkin, it's an old plastic pumpkin, when I put that old plastic pumpkin out there, filled with candy, it disappears in no time at all, because the children are anxious to get as much candy as they possibly can. Now, besides the trick-or-treaters, there were various other activities done in Halloween, and they're mostly associated with the idea to obtain good fortune. Ancient people believed that ghosts came back to earth on this day. It is said that on this day, the spirits of the dead come back to earth in search for living bodies to possess for the next year, and they try to return to their homes where they were living. So these activities appease these spirits, and people offer them fruit and nuts. And maybe that's why we are offering all these children candies. Because if the spirits are not pleased, it is feared that the spirits will kill people or destroy their property. Now that's probably the thinking of the ancient world. But traditionally now we have Halloween costumes that are related to the ghosts and the skeletons and the witches and the devils. And black and orange are the colors of this day, the colors of Halloween. And the jack-o'-lantern is the festival of light for Halloween. And pumpkin is a good substitute of the turnip because it can be used as a jack-o'-lantern. So there are many things that have gone on in Halloween that are outside the ken of most of the people who celebrate it. Most people are just out there to get the candy or give the candy. And trick-or-treating is a traditional celebration for children on Halloween. Children in their costumes go from house to house asking for these treats. And the word trick refers to a threat to trouble the homeowners or their property if no treat is given. And when I've had kids come to the door and they are shouting for their candy, and I say, "What is your trick?" They don't have a trick. They're not prepared for a trick. They expect us to give them candy as a goodwill gesture. So in many cases, trick or treat really doesn't exist. Because many of these children have not taught that you must have a trick. And what is a good trick these days? Who knows? Who knows what would be considered a good trick these days? And we have a lot of crazy people out there. So tricking is not the thing that I would advise for many to do. And people generally just give candy to the kids that come to the house, and they don't expect a trick. So that's what Halloween has become. It's become a mishmash of what used to be a time of mystery, I believe. And nowadays, many schools and churches arrange for Halloween parties for the kids. And sometimes people have parties and you're required to wear a Halloween costume. And some do bonfires. And some tell and read stories about witches and skeletons and bats and ghosts. And you can also watch a horror movie on Halloween. So modern day Halloween has evolved to many different things. And I am sure with the technology that exists nowadays, it will further keep on evolving. But right now, enjoy it. Do a little trick-or-treating. Prepare some treats for the children who want to come to your door. Stay awake. Be alive. Remember that orange and black are the colors to wear that day. Have a great Halloween. Take care. Bye.